Hey, welcome. It's Lumpy with Fool's Paradise Fishing. And I thought I'd do a voiceover because the motor tends to be loud and makes talking while doing this stuff difficult. So what we did today was decide to go out for spring Chinook salmon fishing. The river's been opened up, so you can fish the Columbia from some points up to the dam, and then from Bonneville Dam to the Dalles Dam, as we saw with both Drano Lake and over by the Wind River. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out by Rooster Rock, which is up by Crown Point, and then we're going to go and do some trolling. There was a number of anchor fishermen out there, but I didn't see them catching anything. So as you can see, it's close to Interstate 84, and you can see all the way up the Beacon Rock. And just for a note, if you watch the movie Maverick, they hired a local paddle wheeler, and they just go back and forth in front of Beacon Rock for all the river scenes. So when you're fishing or trolling there for spring salmon, as you can see, sometimes you want to throw out a sea anchor so you can slow the boat down. The motor does have the ability to slow it down. It's got 3 different troll speeds, and so what you see is a lot of this because you try and troll right near the shallow part, because spring salmon like the shallow area. The anchor fishermen are fishing like in 10 to 15 feet of water, so I'm trolling at about 18 to 22 feet of water, because you're trying to that's where they're at, and the reason they're there is they're looking for a slow bit of water as they migrate up. Because remember, these fish come in spring, but they don't do their stuff until the fall, so they're just kind of hanging around they go far. They're going way up into the Hanford Reach, but then they just hang around until fall starts. But they do start running up the river when it rains. That kind of triggers a move. And so looking at the dam counts at Bonneville, they've been up to about 2,000 across the dam at Bonneville a day. And that's pretty good for spring salmon on the Columbia. I've only caught, in the 10 years I've been fishing up here on this river, I've only caught one. And that was a couple of years ago, I think 2023. But my son, my younger son, he's the spring salmon catcher. He's caught 5. And that means one every other year, and that's pretty good. When you talk to some folks, I mean, the guides are catching numbers, but when they take 6 on a boat, there's probably only 2 or 3 catching, because they don't catch. The numbers just aren't there. When the fall salmon come in, there's like 10,000 going over the dam every day for a couple of weeks. So the numbers are 5 times bigger. And they're a little bit more aggressive. The spring salmon tend to be a little bit more passive, because, like I said, they're hanging out for a while. And as you can see, I'm just going back and forth here by Rooster Rock, which you see in the background next to Crown Point and next to 84. That's another reason for the voiceover, because the road noise gets to be pretty big, for lack of a better phrase. So that's what we were doing today. There's a lot of fishing, and what you saw was I'm fishing with the big Yakima 10-inch triangle with a couple of spinners, and then I've been talking to people. They're using 360 flashers with the prawn spinners, and the spinner is a VIP spinner with a either a Pro Troll or a short bus flasher, and always in green. Spring is everything in green, and there you go. You can see the prawn back there with the spinner behind the Pro Troll, green and silver. And then there's Crown Point, Rooster Rock, and Beacon Rock way out there in the distance. Beacon Rock's pretty good fall fishing if you know what you're doing. I don't troll up by Beacon Rock. The water's just too fast. It's pretty narrow. And they're fishing K15, K16s. Straight off the line. So that's how it works there. So another thing to say about fishing up there at Beacon Rock is they do it at anchor. So you got to have a pretty good anchor. It's a specialized anchor for that area. The anchor I got is good for most of the Columbia River except for that fast area. So I tend to avoid that. I go up as far as the rocks, as they call it. It's an area that's just below the Cape Horn, and there's a train tunnel, but it's all that volcanic basalt that looks like octagons, and there's actually a train tunnel that goes through it. I don't see a train in the background. Normally you'll catch a train roaming around in the background. They're on both sides of the river, Union Pacific on one, Burlington Northern on the other. Well, that's enough for this morning. I usually quit around lunchtime. Time to go eat lunch. Plus, up in the Columbia Gorge, the wind picks up in the afternoon, and so it can get ripping down the gorge, and so I don't like fishing in the afternoon. And as you can see, it's spring salmon, so it's called fishing and not catching for a reason. And this is Lumpy with Fool's Paradise Fishing, and I'll see you on the river. Heading to Alaska next, so it should be fun.